It is the Riot Podcast. This is the Tuesday, May 23rd edition. Today in the show, we talk about how to ruin a bachelor party.
Or how to save it.
And how to make it the best that it can possibly be. I have a lot of things I'm still learning about bachelor parties. I hope to be invited to one someday.
You need to start making some friends.
Yeah. Here's one question I have for you.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? All my friends, the thing is they're just married.
They're all just married now?
It's not that I don't have friends. They're just mostly married, or I have my doubts that it will ever happen for them. Okay, here's a question for you. Does everybody in the wedding party that's a dude, do they all have to be invited to the bachelor party? I'm thinking particularly like bride's brothers. Do they have to be invited?
See, now listen. So the bachelor party that I'm going to this weekend, I'm going out to Arizona.
Yeah.
And it's my brother.
Yeah.
And his bride, her brother is in the wedding.
Okay.
He is not invited. He's not invited to the bachelor party, though.
You didn't invite him.
I didn't invite him.
Yeah, right.
Levi, my older brother, did not invite him because he has so many friends as is. Now, I think it all depends on how big the size is of your group and what you're doing. Like, Levi has, where there's 15 of us. He invited, 18 guys, I think. And so there was just already too many that he wanted to have involved. It
does make it easier to split the cost, though.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Of the
Airbnb, all the stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't think they have to be invited, but it also depends on the relationship you have with them, too.
But it's crazy if he invited 18 guys and none of them were the bride's brother.
Yeah, he didn't
does
make
he
the
feel
cut.
a little left out? You know?
I don't think so.
Is that going to cause some consternation at the wedding?
I don't think it'll cause a rift because they've never been close. They're friends, they're cool. But it's not that they have ever hung out. They hang out when they're with his girlfriend and whatnot. Right. But they don't hang out just the two of them. Which some guys do that with their girlfriend's brother. They're real close and whatnot. They're not as close.
So, what about? Here's another tradition that I was wondering about. Does the bachelor party always have to be the night before the wedding?
I think it should not be.
It shouldn't be.
I think that is a recipe for disaster.
That was another issue that I had, and you'll find out how I had a bachelor party that went awry, and one of the problems was that it was kind of by necessity the night before the wedding.
Was it just not planned?
No,
we have to do it.
I planned it.
And so you knew it was going to be the night before the whole time.
Yeah, that was the idea.
That's crazy because number one, you can't pick a location. It's wherever the wedding's going to be, you've got to be close.
Yeah.
You can't go out to another state or go
city.
Yeah, but you can't go somewhere.
Somewhere special.
Somewhere special.
Unique.
We're going to Arizona.
Yeah.
It's not where we live. So for that, it'll be a special little bachelor party. If the wedding was the next day, there's no way we're going to Arizona.
Yeah, of course.
If we did, it'd be legendary, though. It'd be legendary. Trying to get the flight back.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be wild.
That would be some wild
But no,
times.
I think that's a terrible idea to have it the night before, because then you can't pick another place to go. I don't know why people ever did that.
Well, other cities. Sometimes you drive a couple hours away. But yeah, you're just running the risk of, even if it's not that crazy of a bachelor party, of making the wedding day that much harder for the groom when it's already a crazy day.
Stressful. Let's see, he stayed up all night, and then all of a sudden he's trying to get married.
The difficulty is, for so many bachelor parties, everybody's already in a different locale anyways, and they're already coming to the same locale for the wedding. You're going to ask them to do that again, travel again for something else?
You're going to have to.
Yeah, or miss out.
Well, if you're in the bachelor party, that's a privilege. I assume that means it's one of your best friends, and so you just make it work for him. It's his big day.
Yeah.
And the bachelor party, legendary. That's an even bigger day.
I can't wait till you have a bachelor party.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so hype.
Yeah. I'm going to have such a good time there.
Well, that's for the show today.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be a blast.
Yeah.
I'll send pictures. All the stuff.
To who?
To all the whole staff. I'll make sure
gotcha.
Everybody gets some photos.
We want them to see what happens.
Yeah.
When I come to your bachelor party.
Yep, you will. You'll definitely see it.
It is the Riot Podcast.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else, and that's probably for the best. The worst of the Riot, Radio U.
Top story on the show today comes from the world of basketball, where the Lakers played the Nuggets last night. What's not surprising is the Lakers were eliminated by the Nuggets. It was a close game. LeBron went off He had 31 points at halftime. It looked like to me that the Lakers were going to cruise to a win. The Nuggets didn't care all that much type thing about, we'll just go finish it off in Denver type thing. But when the second half rolled around, LeBron, maybe because he's 38 years old, ran out of gas a little bit.
Slowed down a bit.
Yeah. So that's the game. But what the real story is what happened after the game at LeBron James's post-game press conference when he said this.
But I don't know. I got a lot to think about, to be honest. And just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, got a lot to think about.
A lot to think about.
No!
That's code for could LeBron retire?
Could LeBron call it quits?
Yeah. What do you think?
I lean no. Because there's no way, with his son so close to making it to the NBA, there's no way LeBron's going to quit now. He's just being emotional.
How many years away is Bronny from getting? Bronny is LeBron James' son. He's going to go to USC for basketball.
He's about to be a freshman this year.
So 2 years away, right?
Yeah, probably 2 years. You think he's going to go after his freshman year?
Like one more season of basketball.
But I don't know if Bronny's going to go after his freshman year. Do you think he will?
I don't think LeBron would keep holding out to play with Bronny if he didn't think he was coming after his freshman year. But
I guess that's fair.
The talk is that Bronny may not be good enough to warrant that, right?
Yeah.
Is what we've heard. But, I mean, if Bronny's not going to be good enough to really cut in the NBA either way, he might as well just go early.
Yeah.
Get some money for playing with his dad and then fizzle out and do whatever he does after that. But
yeah, I mean, LeBron's going to play next year. In my mind, I don't see a way for him not to, considering he averaged like almost 30 points a game this season.
Yeah,
he still was putting up fantastic numbers. He played, I mean, he's not the LeBron of like 2011, but he's still a beast. Like he averaged 28 points a game this season. That's crazy. And so for him at like 38 years old, there's no way he's not going to come back. He likes the drama. LeBron loves the drama. And this is a good point for him after taking the L last night. Get a little bit of sympathy. Nobody wants him to retire.
Yeah.
And for him to kind of just play up the drama a little bit. He's upset that they got swept. But at the same time, the Lakers making it to the Western Conference Finals was crazy anyway.
Yeah,
they
that
were
was overachieving, really.
They were in the play-in. Everybody thought that they were done. At times, people thought they were going to make the playoffs, let alone make it to the Western Conference Finals. They have LeBron on their team. They made it there. AD played great. I think it's a win for them. The Nuggets were the 1 seed. Like, they've been playing great all season. Yeah. It makes sense for them to lose that game.
I think I'll tell you what it is. It's a negotiating tactic. LeBron, we all know he's coming back, but if he throws out the idea that he might not come back, then the Lakers have to convince him to come back. And because I think LeBron knows the way this team is set up, they were overachieving this year, so they need to adjust things. The roster can't come back the same way it is now next year. They've got to make some moves, maybe even getting rid of Anthony Davis.
Ooh, that's crazy talk.
Yeah. But LeBron has to carry the team. He had to score 28 points a game this year because the rest of the team sucked.
Or they just didn't play. AD.
Yeah, that's right. Or they weren't available. So I think LeBron is feeling that pressure. He wants some help. That's whether it's AD plus somebody else or swapping out AD for another option. Either way, LeBron's thinking, I need something else here. And so I think that's what he's doing, is making the Lakers have to think long and hard about what they're going to do this offseason.
And then he played tonight against the Celtics. Did the Celtics also get swept?
Yes.
I agree.
Add a little Riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Is there a secret to a long and happy marriage?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll put it down as a hard maybe. Maybe not.
I've got some research here that suggests there is. It comes from the Indiana University's Kelley School of Business, where they found in their study that the secret to a longer, happier marriage is a joint bank account.
Really? So putting your money together?
Yeah, you, your spouse, you get together and you pool all the money together and you say, we both have access to this. And then boom, long, happy marriage. The couples that did this reported better overall relationship satisfaction, as well as they felt more unified and committed to shared goals.
You know, I'm for this.
You're pro joint bank account.
I think so because I just have always imagined my wife making a lot more money than me.
Yeah.
So therefore, I feel like it would only be a plus to me if we were to share a bank account.
That's right.
Because even if we got divorced, that means that we would split it in half, and I would get a bunch of money that's not mine.
If you did this at the joint bank account, though, you wouldn't get divorced because you'd
You're
have
right.
a long and happy marriage.
We'd be so happy and we wouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And I would have so much money because I assume my wife will be, yet again, a large earner, I can only hope.
Uh-huh.
And so then I would have all this new money that I could spend.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like all
it
positives
sounds like
to me.
You'll be happier for sure.
I agree with that, yes.
I also am pro this. In fact, I think that this should be something that you, like, why wait till marriage? Just open up a joint bank account right away, and then you're setting the groundwork for a happy marriage.
I think that's a terrible idea.
I think you're going out a few dates in. I don't know how many dates. Like, you don't want to do this on the first date.
I would lean no on the first date.
You don't want word to get out around town that you're a first date joint bank account opener, but maybe this is like, a couple months in, you've met the parents.
Are you like dating at this point? I assume you're okay, got it.
You're dating, you've met the parents, and a fun date idea. Let's go down to Chase and open up a joint bank account. Let's start taking things seriously here.
I feel like that's a quick way to get robbed.
Robbed?
Yeah, like all your money taken from you. Can you imagine her like ghost? Not only do you get ghosted, and you get all your money stolen.
Well, it's a joint account.
She withdraws it from the bank account, and then all of a sudden you're ghosted.
Well,
you have $0 to your name.
But the next time you get paid, it just goes right into that bank account. Boom, you have money again.
Yeah, but no, your money is gone.
The next time she gets paid, boom, money in that bank account. You just get right back at her.
I don't think that's how it works.
You're there waiting at 5 a.m. early when you get the early paycheck on Wednesday, and you're waiting to withdraw it.
You gotta wait till you get married for sure. If you're like boyfriend and girlfriend, I think it's wild. Even if you've been together for a long time, I think it's wild to do a joint bank account. You got to be married.
But if it's the secret to a long and happy marriage, why wouldn't it be the secret to a long and happy relationship?
Because before you get married, there's no rules. You're just boyfriend and girlfriend. They can just backstab you in the worst way, and you're not really like joined together by law yet.
You can do that in marriage too.
Yeah, but it's different. It's just different.
I'm saying this is the next. What's more serious, marriage or a bank account?
That's a good question.
So why wouldn't the bank account come first?
I would lean no.
The stories you love with the opinions you hate. The Riot Radio U.
We're tackling bachelor parties because Isaiah's got one this coming weekend, one later this summer, and you're no stranger to bachelor parties. You got a lot of friends. You've been to a lot of bachelor parties. And already, before we get to my story, Mitch in Mount Vernon has chimed in, and basically he says he's taking your advice with the bachelor party that he's got coming up this weekend.
Smart man.
He says that it's his best friend's bachelor party. He's got an Airbnb, and he's going to let him pick the bachelor in question. He's going to get to pick what he wants to do, but Mitch is going to have backups, and it's all thanks to you, Isaiah. Although, Mitch, did you really leave it till now to figure that out, kind of last minute?
You got to be stern with the bachelor. You got to tell him, be like, if you don't be decisive this weekend, everyone's going to start getting mad at me. That's what's going to happen. You got to tell him, be like, hey, if you make the decisions, no one will be mad. If I'm the one that's making the decisions, like if I'm saying, okay, let's just do this, and it seems like it's last second, people will start getting upset with me because half the group's going to want to do one thing and half the group's going to want to do another thing. And that's just always how it goes.
Yep.
There's half the people that want to go out and have fun, do whatever, half the people that want to be more chill, whatever it is. If the bachelor decides, no one can be upset. And so you got to tell them, hey, if you're indecisive, people are going to start getting mad at me. If you are decisive and decide what you want to do, everyone will have a fantastic time.
You don't want to have a wishy-washy bachelor.
Yeah, just be there to give some options. Just say, we can do this, this, or this. You pick. Yeah. And then him just decide. If he just decides, everyone will go along with it, whether they want to do it or not. They'll still have fun.
Yet again, I wish I had all this information before I was in charge of a bachelor party a while back. This is a cautionary tale of why you should listen to Isaiah, which I don't normally say. You should listen to Isaiah. He's right, because when I had to plan a bachelor party, it was a massive fail. And that is because
Oh, this is so funny.
I didn't present anything to the bachelor ahead of time.
Hudson with all surprises.
I didn't it doesn't necessarily have to be a surprise. Like, he knew it was happening, of course, but I didn't want to clue him in on what the choices were. And so I emailed this group of guys, which granted, it was a bad group of guys. Nothing in common, like, between the six of us.
That makes it hard, too.
It does make it. Most of us hardly knew each other. There's a lot of guys I hadn't met. And it's my job to corral them through email or a text chain. Yeah, right. From afar as well. So here's what happened. I threw out, there was like 2 ideas that I had that I knew this guy would like. And one other guy kind of took charge of the group. He's not the best man. What business does he have taking charge? But he did. He said, those ideas suck. We're going to Dave & Buster's.
No.
That's what he said.
No, you didn't. And you let it fly. You let him walk all over you, didn't you?
I did let him walk all over me.
Oh, my gosh, Hudson.
A lesson learned. And
some best man. You need to step up there and be like, no.
I did, but I was,
overruled?
I was overruled.
So you spent the bachelor party at Dave & Buster's.
There was this coup that was staged, and so Dave & Buster's happened instead of the other things like a dueling piano bar, which might not sound like a cup of tea to everybody.
What was that again? A dueling piano bar?
A dueling piano bar, but that's what what he would have wanted. And I told him this after the fact. I was like, listen, I apologize for the Dave & Buster's.
I had the piano bar lined up.
And he was like, I would have loved the piano bar.
Oh, my gosh.
Dave & Buster's sucked.
That sounds like a bachelor party
and
for
you.
you.
And to this day, I do kind of still owe him a piano bar night out.
Yeah, that's tough. I
gotta
mean,
make that up to him.
Yeah, as the best man, there's always going to be one, at least, depending on how big the group is. This weekend, I'm going with 15 guys.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people, a lot of personalities and whatnot. But depending on the size of the group, there's always going to be at least one, maybe 2 people that aren't the best man, but that are like a leader, that are really like to get things started, that are going to try to overtake the party. They're going to try to lead the way.
Coup.
Yes, they're going to try to like get some people to be like, why don't we try doing this? And as the best man, that's how you got to you just tell the groom, hey, your decision, you decide. I'll give you the options. There's going to be 1 or 2 people that are going to try to say we should do this or that. Let's do whatever you want to do. Let him make the decisions, and everyone will follow along. But as the best man, all you can do is just give him the options.
This is probably the best advice you've ever given on the show.
Isn't that fire advice? I'm going to have a blast this weekend.
And very timely, too, with like just,
it's
there's going to be a lot
season.
of bachelor parties this summer. So listen up, everyone.
That's how you do it. It's my brother's bachelor party this weekend, and the great thing about Levi is I know that he will make every decision, and I can just ride along. It's gonna be grand.
There's so much money to be made here. You should start a bachelor party planning service.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
But you don't plan anything. You just say, let the groom decide.
Let the groom decide. Give him options.
That's the service.
Let the groom decide.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
The father-daughter dance at a wedding reception. That's a routine tradition that normally comes up. But what about the father-dogter dance? You get it?
Oh, I get it.
It's a pet parent.
You're talking about a real dog.
I'm talking about a dog, a daddy dogter dance that actually it happened at a wedding in Philadelphia last month, where the groom is the father in this scenario. He picked up their dog Rosie and danced to the song Dancing Queen by ABBA, and it stole the show. That was the highlight of the reception for everybody. So is this going to be a new trend at weddings coming up this summer where everybody's going to be dancing with their dogs?
You know, this is pretty goofy.
Goofy?
You watched the video?
You don't like it?
Look at this guy.
I know.
Look at the way he's smirking like that.
I know. He's happy.
He's having a good time.
This guy kind of looks like Paul Rudd from a distance.
Yes, he kind of does. His dog, Rosie. I mean, she doesn't look too terribly excited about the whole thing. She's not having a ton of fun, but I could see this being a thing.
Yeah, I think it might catch on.
Just depends if your dog can be able to be at the wedding.
Yeah, be at the wedding, and then you have to have a dog. For me, my dog, if I pick her up, she would refuse to let me pick her up. She doesn't like that.
Oh,
but
she doesn't respect you.
Once she's up, she's up. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So the difficulty would be me actually being able to get to pick her up, though.
You couldn't pick your dog up?
She freaks
Zafira?
out. It's like a game we play.
Oh, you trying to pick her up?
Yeah, where I'll be like, I'm going to pick you up, and she gets all angry at me.
Mm.
It's like, one of our games, but I don't think I think she legitimately doesn't enjoy being picked up, but she accepts it.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of a thing we do. I don't think I'm torturing her.
Yeah, Jim, he's okay with being picked up.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the action of actually the pickup. So if I like get behind him and go for it, sometimes he kind of does a little like move away thing, but he's usually pretty good about it. But once I have him up, he is perfectly fine being in my arms for as long as you want.
So would you do that? You got some weddings coming up. You want to offer up Jim? He can be a part of the ceremonies and be one of the dancers.
No, unfortunately, his behavior, he couldn't be at a wedding.
He could be the ring bearer. Think about how cute that would be. A lot of people do that with their dogs.
Because if you bring your dog to something like this, you got to have somebody who's watching the dog.
Yeah, you.
No, not me. Not at my wedding. No way.
Not
you
your
crazy?
wedding, your brother's wedding. Or
you
whatever.
think I'm going to bring Jim to ruin my brother's wedding?
I think everybody would.
That's a terrible
love
idea.
That. But
no.
I'll tell you the problem.
He smells bad.
I'll tell you the real problem with why you can't do this, why this will be a trend, but why it shouldn't is because what do we know about weddings? What's the number one rule of weddings?
You can't poop inside.
Okay, no, that's number two.
That's what my mom always says.
Number one is you can't outshine the bride. You can't steal the spotlight from the bride. Nobody's
true.
talking about the bride from this wedding. They're talking about Rosie the dog.
She's not even in the video.
She's not even in the video at all.
The craziest video of the whole wedding. She's not even in it. The viral video.
She's actually filming it. I see here.
Maybe next time.
Yeah. So this is why you can't bring Jim to the wedding and have a daddy dog tour dance.
He would upstage.
He would upstage the bride. You can't have it.
He would probably cause too many issues too.
So that is a trend. It is cute. Just don't do it. It's wrong.
If podcast awards were ever a thing, this show wouldn't win any. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Here's a question for you. Here's a scenario. Let's say you're going on a trip with your significant other, your special someone.
Dangerous.
Dangerous, huh? It's a big step. It's a big step. And you got 2 plane tickets, just the 2 of you. Nobody else, no friends, no kids. I think that's all important because it's just the 2 of you. But for whatever reason, your 2 plane tickets, one is economy, one's first class.
I've never ran into this issue.
You've never run into it. And I pray you don't because it feels like it could be divisive. Would you offer the first class ticket to your significant other, or would you take it for yourself and force them to sit in economy?
Well, if you want to live to see another day, if you want to enjoy an hour of your vacation, I would probably recommend that you offer that up and you sit back there with the normal people
sit in the economy
where you usually sit.
And you let your gal have the first class.
100%.
What if it's on the way home?
Does not matter.
Doesn't change that?
I think if you want to live a happy life, you got to give that seat up and you sit back there with the normal people. Like any man should. That's what you should do.
Well, I have some details on this is an actual question that was posed, and 48% of people overall said they would take the economy seat.
48%?
34% said they would keep the first class ticket for themselves.
Selfish. And I'm pretty selfish, but that's really selfish.
It's a dangerous game to play, but you might think, I can even tell you, you might think that, well, probably overwhelmingly the men would say they would take the economy because they're, concerned for their well-being and for the happiness of the relationship, self-sacrificing and all. But actually, 55% of people, basically, it was almost even split among men and women that, they would, between the two of them, they would pick the same thing. As in, like, of the 34% that would take the first class ticket, half men, half women. Of the 48% that would take the economy ticket, half men, half women.
Oh, yeah, you got to give that up to your girl.
But apparently the ladies are saying they would also give it up. Oh,
yeah, but that's what they say.
But you don't believe it?
Listen. This is what's going to happen, okay? They're going to say, no, you can have it. And they're going to look at you. And if you don't say, no, I really don't need it, you can just have it. If you're like, yeah, sure, thanks.
Enjoy yourself.
If you're like, yeah, sure, thanks, I'll go up there. She's like, you're really gonna take it? You're gonna just leave me back here? I know I said you could have it, but like I didn't think you'd actually go. That's exactly what would happen.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that that it, like, you know, for some women, they might mean it when apparently
They don't
according
mean
to
it.
this survey.
Stop trying to get people in trouble. They don't mean it. They don't.
41% of women would mean it. They would say,
They don't mean it.
I'll sit back here in the economy. You sit up front and
They
enjoy
would
yourself in
offer.
first
I'm
class."
sure they would offer. But that's like a trap. Hudson, it's a trap.
But this is not.
If you take the trap, then they're going to be like, okay, yeah. Remember that time that I gave that up for you? Yep, you remember that, don't you? And you went up there and you sat up there. You probably touched another woman, too, when you were up there, didn't you?
No, come on.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what would happen.
Horrible thing
That's
to say.
exactly what happened.
Some
That's
women
exactly what happened.
They're very self-sacrificing. They're very conciliatory.
No,
They'd be
you go on up
happy.
there.
Honey, you've earned it. You know.
You haven't earned it.
You've worked a lot, and I
You're in
think
the
you
doghouse.
deserve my husband to have the first class ticket while I, the wife, the girlfriend, sit in economy. It's fine. And I mean that.
They don't mean it.
It can happen. It
There's
could
never
happen.
been a time
there
they've
are
meant
women
that.
like that. There could be.
I don't know what
I
you're.
hope you
I don't
find
know who
one.
these women are.
I hope you find one day.
I'm telling you right now. If they say go up there, I'm telling you right now, don't go. No matter what. She might seem real genuine too. Like, no, I really want you to go up there.
Yeah.
Then she gives you that pause and
She
looks
might
at you.
show you this survey. She might
It's a
say,
test.
I'm one of the 41%.
It's a test and it's
still
a
wouldn't
trap.
believe it.
It's a test and it's a trap. I would say, no, you. Actually, I'll give it up. Does anyone want to go sit up there? Anyone, please
Anyone
help
but-
me. Anyone
wants
go
to
up there, I will sit back here. I'll sit back here anywhere as long as I don't have to go up there
Alone.
because I will be in trouble.
Oh, hi there.
Worst of the riot.
Crank that up.
Radio U.
Question is, if for some reason you and your significant other going on a flight and you happen to have, however the scenario comes up, one first class ticket and one economy ticket, would you give up the first class ticket to your significant other, or would you try to hold it for yourself and stick them in economy? And so Isaiah's stance is, as a man dating a woman, you've got to let her have the first class ticket, no matter what she says.
Yes.
No matter how much she protests.
No matter how much she begs, I would say either let her go up there, or I also said send somebody up there, but you cannot go up there.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of support for the idea that the best thing you could do is offer somebody next to the economy seat you have, offer them, or I guess really just offer anybody the first class seat so that, and you trade, and so you both sit in economy. I don't think that's right. Let the woman sit up there.
See,
Or let me sit up there.
What was that?
One of us should be sitting up there.
I think the other thing that's, for me too, I'm not a very big person, because Dee texted in, she said she would give her husband the seat because he needs the extra leg room.
Dee is
I get
a lady,
that.
a woman
I get that, Dee.
on my side.
He needs a little bit more leg room. I get that. For me, I'm a small man. I don't really have an excuse to go up there. I wish I did. But for me, I would say I'm going to try to send it. I'll offer it to her. Do you want to go up there? She might say no. She might say yes. Send somebody else up there, because I think realistically, it's better to sit with someone you know than go up to first class. Have I been to first class? No. But I feel like having that companion with you on the plane, that's like the best thing.
You're wrong. Do you even talk to the people that you're with on the plane?
I talk to if I'm with a friend, that's a person I can chat with. I'm sharing Twizzlers with them. Do you have a snack? Do you have a drink? What do you have in your
And
bag?
in first class, they'll just give you those things.
No, you know what? You said you had to pay out, so you still got to pay up there. I feel like I would rather have a sitting buddy than go sit in first class. But maybe first class is all that's worked out to me. It might be. But I can't go up there no matter what if I'm with my girl.
In first class, you don't need a sitting buddy. You're so spread out. The chairs are so large that you can.
Well, I'll tell you this much. If you go up there, you better eat as much food as you can.
Oh, yeah.
Because by the time you're getting off that plane, your girlfriend is never feeding you again. I'll tell you that much.
Well,
she can be like, well, you just do it for yourself. Do it for yourself the whole vacation. You do your own thing. If
Listen,
you want to do your own thing,
John
go to
texted
dinner by
in.
yourself, whatever you want.
John texted and he said, I think Isaiah's only dated a certain type of person based off of the plane ticket conversation.
She's real cute too, John. She's a cute girl.
But she's pulling you around by the string. You know?
Sounds like she probably will be.
You're wrapped around her finger. But
I'm
sometimes
just
you
being
got-
a gentleman. I'm a gentleman.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you want a gentle lady like Dee that would offer
yes.
that would say, you know what? I think once again, there are women out there that would be like, so every once in a while, sometimes they will let you have something.
Every
Sometimes
now and
they'll
then.
give you the first class seat. What about, I also like how you were like, in your scenario playing out, the woman's also going to accuse you, your girlfriend is going to accuse you of cheating in first class.
Like, oh yeah, you probably had a great time up there, didn't you?
And let me see. I think it was John texted in and said, would you be able to cheat in economy as well?
Oh,
You're
you
sitting back
would.
there
If you're by
alone.
yourself, you would, John. You're correct.
Which was his excuse for you should find a way
Sit
to
together.
sit together. Yeah.
Sit together.
No, I mean,
Offer it though.
I'm not a monster. I think you should be able.
Sounds like you want to go up there.
I do want to go up there, but I'm not a monster. You offer it to your significant other first. But what if she offers it to you? Then take it.
Don't take it.
Take it.
Don't take it.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.